I'm going to record the pre-show today so we can come up with, some best practices to help out a pivot member, even though I told him I wasn't going to record it. We got a post in Facebook that said, we're ramping up our, oh, before I do that, hold on real quick. How good was Matt Cannon? Show some love for Matt Cannon in the chat. I mean, Matt Cannon was so good. Matt Cannon is now in the rotation for filling in when I'm unavailable. So, Paul, you've been replaced. I got another token dude.
As long as you can figure out how to lower the hands, man.
So Matt Cannon did a great job. I don't even know if he's on this morning. Probably sleeping in after. No, he's here. Matt, you did a great job, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
You're in the rotation now, so stand by for an email that says, "Can you host the call?"
As long as I don't have to push the buttons, James, I'm okay.
You don't. The team will push the buttons for you. It'll be
right.
great. The team will take care of it. All right, so let me go into the question I want to help Janisa Williams with. She said, we're ramping up our mailing to our farm. What mofers are working right now? Does anyone have samples of postcards you sent out recently that have gotten a good response? We already send quarterly market statistics, typically with what is your home worth, with a QR code, etc. And we haven't gotten much response from that. Trying to find out what other info would be valuable. We send them all 2025 calendars in December. So raise your hands if you're doing direct mail, and what are you putting on it to get results? And then even better, if you've got a sample you can send me so I can post it here for Janisa to see. But those of you that are mailing to a farm, engage with your farm, all that kind of stuff, nobody except Deb Federow, or do you have your hand up for something else, Deb Federow?
It's just my crazy iPad. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Lee Corey, you guys doing some direct mail? What are you sending? What's working?
Okay, so we did the calendar in January, the 2025 calendar at a glance. And inside of it, we did a little National Puzzle Day raffle with a QR code. So it went to some of our
Hold on, hold that up. I want to see that again, Lee. Hold it up and talk.
Can you see it? Okay. So we did this inside of the calendar, and they have to scan the QR code to win a puzzle, like they're in a puzzle raffle. And we got about 25. We mailed about 450, but we got about 25 responses, and puzzle day is tomorrow, so we're going to do the drawing tomorrow. But it's people that we don't necessarily have all their contact information in our database. So we get the phone number, we get the email address. The other thing I want to say, and I hope she's on, is Erin Nelson sent out this cute little card about Stick Together because it was Sticker Day. And what a wonderful way to even touch she did it to us agents, but what a wonderful way to touch your database. Like find these days, Puzzle Day, Sticker Day, and send something to them, that's going to cause them to take notice and maybe register and get their information for the farm.
It's really good. Erin, we got your stickers. Naomi liked the sticker day. I think you brought this up on the call recently, but tell us about that little mailer. That was a good mailer, Erin.
So I sent it out. I did different postcards to agents and to everyone in my database. I sent out about 500 in my database. And I got more responses from the realtors that loved it, but I got a few responses from people I hadn't talked to in a while. And it's just consistently touching. So like for February, I've got these fun little whackable balloons I'm going to be sending out. March, I think, is like National Ranch Day or something. So I'm going to send ranch packets that say like from your seasoned agent, or just like fun little things that just keep you top of mind that aren't necessarily real estate related, but are like cute and corny. That's my thought with my mailers this year.
That's great. Yeah, the stickers really stuck out. Ha! Today is Lego Day. Is that for real? Is that a thing? I did not know. Why did you not all send me Legos as gifts? I love those. I've just built my R2-D2. And over here, I got my car. See my car over there? John Acuff sent me that. So I built it. That's the first ever excuse me, first ever Lego I did. John Acuff sent it to me. I'm a big fan of the Lego. Let's keep it rolling. Linda Brennan, we're talking about mailers because Janisa Williams asked about it. She's doing mailers and she wants to know what to send, what to put on it.
So I just had my assistant make a newsletter and I'm super excited about it. I will post a copy of it. And it's going with the annual value report to my VIPs. And in the newsletter, I have a local market update, but then I took Dr. Yun's information and put it into ChatGPT, all my notes, and then it spit it out for the article. And then on the back, I put a bunch of local stuff like opportunity zones and Save Our Homes, all my local stuff about, reasons that they would want to know their value or how they could use their value. And I'm excited about it. I will share it. I wanted to do something different than just sending them their value to help them think of ways that they could use it.
Yeah, please do share too, whatever you're doing. We'll include it in our Sunday newsletter, Linda, that goes out to everybody in Pivot. So thank you for that. I love it. Lainey?
So I have 2 farms and I send, well, they get mailers every single month. They get postcards every month, but I'm doing every month an event for a cruise giveaway at the end of the year. I poached that from Ellie. So if they can scan the QR code and guess the question, then it's something about local in the area, something about the beaches. I'll find something that's local. If they can guess the question, they'll get 5 extra raffle
What do you mean
tickets.
guess the question? What do you mean guess the question?
So the last question that I did is how long of the coast is Palm Beach County? How long is the beach? How long is the beach in Palm Beach County? How long?
Yeah. Oh, so they have to give you the answer.
Correct. They
the
have to give me. Yeah. What did I say?
Do they have to get it right to be entered?
No, that's just it. That if they do, even the thing is that I get them to scan the QR code because they have to put their information in. So even if they don't get it right, I'll send them, you didn't get it right, but you got 3 raffle tickets for the cruise.
Okay.
Because it does the tally. The spreadsheet does the tally. So that's what I do. I have them guess the question.
That's great. I like it. Today is National Blueberry Pancake Day. Kazoo Day, that should be banned. That should write your representative to get that day banned. Plan a Vacation Day and Ladybug Day. I thought it was Lego Day. I want my Legos. The giveaways are a big deal. We did a thing with Keith O'Hara in Raleigh, who does the giveaway. He did it for Angus Barn, which is a well-known restaurant in Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, the Triangle. And it's a big thing for him. I'm going to put the link to that video in the chat. It's in the chat right now. And we will include that in the Sunday newsletter. It's really good. Hi, Tony. We're talking about our direct mail and what we're sending out. What you got?
So I wasn't going to contribute today, but if Carrie Doe was on this call, she would give me an earful if I didn't, because my monthly mailer is one of my 3 touches per month. I send everybody in my sphere and most of my neighbors a calendar of local events that we research the events about 2-3 months in advance. And so each month is a full month of something to do every day in the Metro Atlanta area. It is a super popular touch. I'll go into people's homes in my neighborhood and I will see them stuck on the refrigerator. I actually went to a holiday party in my neighborhood, and you know those little magnetic paper doll outfits that they sell in like funky gift shops? I had on their refrigerator, there was me, because I'm on, there's a 3/4 shot of me on the postcard, and I had on leather pants and a cowboy hat and a vest. It is a fantastic touch, and I invite people who receive that postcard, if they are involved in a local event, a play, if their kids have some fundraiser, to send me that information, and I will include that on my calendar. And then on the back side, there's always some message. In January, I sent a QR code saying scan here to see a rough evaluation of the value of your home. Super popular, super easy, super fun.
You got me so excited, I actually punched myself in my face. I don't know if you saw that, but I was over here just going nuts because that's the postcard I've been begging people to send for 2 years. And when you go to Rise, I asked you to teach it. That's what I commented on her thing. I'm like, what's going to have staying power is whatever's going on in your community. So now, Tony, can you email me a copy of one of your postcards?
Absolutely.
Great, and we'll put it in the newsletter on Sunday. But my guess would be you're in a rhythm on this. When do you want it to get into their mailbox? By what day do you want it in their mailbox for the next month's events?
So ideally, it'll hit about a week before the next month start. Well, ideally, it would be 2 weeks. Practically, it's 1 week. But I've done some self-talk where, look, I'm late. It's not going to get there till the first or second day of the month. And what I have to tell myself is really, it isn't so much the events that are on the postcard, although they're good and helpful and people love them. It's the fact that somebody is seeing me, seeing my branding, seeing my name. Even if they toss it out, I got that one touch in. And that's, like I said, that's one of my 36 touches, or three touches per month for my 36 per year.
Yeah, and it's a postcard. And I've always thought the target was like the 20th, by the 20th of the month before. So you get it kind of there. So that's what you're in the neighborhood of that.
Yep.
You've got a template that you use, I'm sure, just to update the events, and you're going to send us a copy of what it looks like. Then on the flip side, I'm curious about what your home value is, and it's probably got a QR code or something like that. They can.
Yep. There's always a different message on the back. And here's a bonus tip. Because of the mailer I use to print and send it, a long time ago, created an Excel spreadsheet to send them each month, and I update that as I add people to my database or correct their addresses. But if I were to start all over again, I would do it all through Command because they make direct mail super easy. It's probably a tiny bit more expensive to do direct mail through Command, but it would save me from having to maintain I maintain 3 different lists: Command, my postcard list, and then I have a separate holiday card list because that mailer needs a separate list.
How many do you send?
So now I am up to 600 and some per month. I probably could go through and trim it down a little bit, but I don't know who to cut after all these years.
Yeah.
But I use the 36 touch as my guide.
Sure.
And say, look, when I'm talking to a new agent, look, if you want to sell 10 homes, multiply that number by 6 to get to the 60 people
That's
you
right.
need to contact 3 times per month.
Yeah.
And send to 60 people.
Dude, you're running the plays. I like this. All right. So what's it cost you per month, roughly?
That's a tough one because I also have a buyer's agent / best friend who I'm doing this for, but I want to say about 400 for my mailing list, about $400 per month.
All right. So 400 times 12 is $4,800. I mean, so many agents want to nickel and dime stuff. Y'all got to spend money sometimes to stay in touch with your database. I would, I don't know. If it was $1,000 a month, I'd be fine with that because that keeps you in front of your people. It's a long-term play. Now, once you commit to this, you commit to this. This is the mailing you send every month for the rest of your career. There'll come a time that you'll be able to trace back, not to a specific postcard, but the fact that you were in their mailbox, you were in their world. And it's not the only part of your touch plan. You're telling me you're doing 3 touches a month minimum to these people. This is just one of them. Thank you, Tony. Well done. And thanks for emailing me the card. We'll include it. Cindy, no, I'm sorry. Barbara Haley, you're next. Good morning.
First, I want to say it was so nice to see you, Tony Nastri. He was my first team leader in my old Keller Williams office in Miami Beach. Tony rocks. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm doing a monthly drop-off in my farm, I'm door knocking. And I have the market stats, but I used to, back when, include events. I love that idea. I think I'm going to have to include that again. And so what I'm doing for a little cute thing is I have a little scratch card for Chinese New Year, which is on Thursday. So I'm door knocking that, where they can scratch it off and see what their fortune is. That's my play.
Thank you, Barbara. Hi, Cheryl.
Good morning. How do I top that? That mailer, I'm stealing that mailer for events in the upcoming month. But what I've done in the past, and I'm going to do again this year, is I sent out a queso recipe card for Super Bowl, and that next week I ended up door knocking my farm, and the lady goes, "Hey, I just got your postcard. I noticed your face on it." And I laughed, and what I had given when I was door knocking was market report, and was telling her, I said, I have a list of vendors, if you ever need, a painter or, somebody, electrician or whatever. And that went over really well in that neighborhood. So I think it was just that, send it out and then follow up. And it was awesome to say, hey, I just saw your face and I know who you are.
Oh, good. I love all of this. Remember, if it's cute on the front, it's got to have stats on the back. That's the thing about this card. So Cheryl's sending out this queso thing or whatever. We've got to have some real estate related info on the flip side. Tony's sending out events. There's real estate related info on the flip side. It's got cute on the front, stats on the back is always the rule. Cheryl, thank you so much. Cindy, you're next. Hello.
Good morning. So we had always sent out full calendars to that's one of our touches as a full calendar. And we just kind of revised our yearly thing because this was the first year, not last year was the first year that we did not get any response. So we figured that calendars are done. They're done. So we do college, our local colleges basketball schedule. So we have 4 on there. We do our football schedule. We do a not an event, but we do one that they'll keep, which is like measurements and things. So they have it on their fridge. So I love going, like someone said, you go into people's houses and you see that on there. And then we also send out one of the, that's Broad Farms. And we will get people that say, hey, we haven't received our calendar yet. Hey, are you sending those out yet? So those are super important. And then as well, we send out one of our fundraiser that we do every time, whether it be for hurricane, tornado, whatever. We always do one where we send a bag to their house. We drop off these bags that I had made, and we have we pick them up in 2 days. So they drop off canned food. So if it's just filling up our local food bank or things. So those are the 5 touches that we do.
Really good. Thank you, Cindy. I love that you took and reevaluated your play to make sure it was making sense this year. So that's good. Linda.
Good morning. I love all these ideas, and this is what I do as far as the community events and the market information. I have about 1,800 condos and townhomes that I farm. And I think the biggest thing that I've seen success with has been consistency. They have to receive something every month, whether it's a market update about the county, the town, or their specific community. I just found that consistency is what helped me.
If you're going to dabble in this, I'd rather you just send the money to me. But if you're going to do it consistently, then invest in the business. But if you're just going to like, oh, I should send a mailer. I haven't sent a mailer in a while. Just, you know what? Write me a check for whatever you're going to spend, because that'll be more effective.
The other thing is it doesn't happen overnight. I've been farming this community for over 6 years now.
Yeah.
And when I walk through the community with my dog, people know me because I'm in their mailbox every month, sadly. But yeah.
I agree with all of that. Stay in their mailbox, Linda. All right, we're going to get these last 3 in lightning round. Brandy, Ian, and Irene. Won't be a problem for Ian. Brandy, you're next. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so I've got about 750 people in my farm, but I use EDDM. So I send out to about 1,300, and my goal this year is 1 a month. My 4 touches for sure are going to be, I do 4 events for the community. So I do Easter Bunny pictures, ice cream social at the end of the year, the blessing baskets, I do a Grinch parade. So I send a postcard inviting them for that. On the back's always a QR code for their market analysis to sign up, so I can send them neighborhood nurture every single month. I also put one of my reviews. I put a client review on the back so they know, they get a little bit of what my clients think of me. And then I also do the annual market update for the neighborhood, just the neighborhood in particular, even though other people outside will get it. So I just try to stay in touch, but I like the idea of the local events. So I'm going to add that I'll probably do it once a quarter with
Well,
that.
then you can list the quarter, the big events for the quarter would be great. Would you mind, Brandy, sending me a template or a sample of a couple of your postcards?
Yep.
That'd be great. Thank you. Ian, then Irene, then we're doing the real call. Go ahead, Ian.
Hey, so if you guys have not listened to the MREA podcast from a couple weeks ago, Jason Abrams talked about a guy that spent what, $34,000 on mailers, and he made like 1.4 million. Go back and listen to that. So because of that, like I do a monthly market update, and here's one that we just recently sent out with all our recently sold homes on there. But I expanded it from my neighborhood to all the other surrounding neighborhoods as well. So we're going from 700 homes to 4,500 homes. It's going to cost me about $1,800 a month, not cheap. And I'm going to make that damn money up.
It's not a lot, honestly, if you think about it and think about being in there. Now, the challenge is someone like you, Ian, you have a long-term vision for the business, and this is a career for you and a business you own. It's not just something you dabble in. So, you can deal with the fact that for a while you're going to outspend your return.
Right.
But eventually that will flip. And it's about just staying in it for the long game. Ian, thank you. Irene, you get the last one on this.
Hey, good morning from Toronto. Thank you so much, James. A quick add-on to the calendar idea. We have two geographic farms. One is 3,700 people and the other is 2,500. And there's no way we would ever send calendars to everybody. So we have a number of Mets in each farm. The smaller one is quite new, so we only have maybe 100 in there. The bigger one, we have closer to 800. And those are the people that we personally deliver calendars to. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh my God, do you actually knock on all those doors? And we do. And the calendar is nice. It's very pretty. They do use it all the time, and it has nice big squares, so they write on it. But the important thing is you're there with something, and it's at the end of the year where when people are starting to think about their plans for the year coming up. So it reinforces our presence in the farm and also gives us that extra opportunity to see if there's any changes in the new year that we can help them with.
Really good. Listen, if Irene can door knock and deliver calendars in Toronto, Canada.
We door knocked yesterday. Let me tell you, our hair was pretty funky
What
from
is
the
the
wind.
temperature? You'll have to do conversion for us, but what is it right
So the temperature wasn't so bad. It was only about -5.
Minus
but
5 Celsius.
Celsius. Last week we were down to -29 with the wind chill. So even I don't door knock in that weather because I don't want to die. I don't want my team to die or freeze to death. So yesterday it was a little bit warmer, but the wind, oh my goodness, the wind was crazy. But I got a lead for a $3 million listing in the summer, so it was worth it.
-5 is 23 degrees Fahrenheit. So listen, if Irene can get there, it's 23. It is 57 here in Safety Harbor right now. So listen, go get it done. I'm proud of you, Irene. Thanks for being on and for sharing. That was really good. I hope this helped everybody who participated in this. This is our pre-show. I did record it today. We don't normally record it. So if you're watching the recording, you got a treat. We do this every single weekday morning at 7:30 where we mastermind around a strategy. Normally it's Zoom only. It's my gift for people who choose to get up early and be on the Zoom. So if you're watching the recording, you go to jamesdshaw.com, jamesdshaw.com, and click join our free daily call. And you can get on these calls live. But I recorded it for you today because, I like you.